I'ma pull up and skirt up the scene. Ride around with a blicky on me. All these new niggas trading my heat. At my feet, Alexander McQueen. She love me, she do not know me. Fuck a perky, I cannot OD. Hit up Journey, he come with the G's. Hit up Buddha, he come with the B's. Gotta go get the Glock, gotta go get that. Lost so much time that I can't get back.
What's up, guys? It's Solo back with another video. Today I'm doing the NBA 2K20 player rating prediction video. 2K is releasing the actual ratings on the 15th, so I want to get this video out before they actually release the ratings. And I'm really close to 700 subs. Honestly, by the time you're watching this, I might have hit it. But if you're not subbed already, make sure to sub, drop a like on the video, and let's get into this. I'm also going to do the NBA rookies coming in, or the college players. At the end, I'm going to do the top 10 and maybe some other players that are in that class, because they're not in this roster, so I'm going to add them on at the end. And if you ever have like a different opinion on a player, let me know in the comments, because these are my opinions and they're not all going to be right. So just let me know if you have any different opinions. So starting off with the 76ers, Joel Embiid is a 93. He's 24 years old. I think he's going to stay around a 93. So I'm going to say he's going to be a 93 again, but he could go up to like a 94, 95 if he has a really good season. Next up, Ben Simmons is an 88, and I think he's about to stay at 88, maybe 89. If you look at his shooting, his open shot is a 55 for mid-range and 50 for 3. He really doesn't have a shot, and I think that's what's holding him back. Jimmy Butler is on the Heat this year. I think he could go up to an 80, 89, 90 maybe, because he's going to be scoring a lot in the Heat, and you know, he has a lot of room to improve. Tobias Harris, I think, will stay at about an 85. And I'm not going to try and spend too much time talking about a lot of players, so I might, you know, say a few words and then skip to the next guy. So Giannis is a 96, and he's one of those players that you could see go up to like a 98. 2K doesn't like giving out those high overalls like 97, 98, 99, so it's going to be hard to do. He is only 23, I think he's turning 24. So he still has so much room to improve. I think we'll see Giannis as a 97. But he could go up to 98 during the year with like the roster updates. So next we have Eric Bledsoe, who I think 85 is about right. Chris Middleton, 84 right now. I think he could go up to like 85, 86. And I just pressed the wrong button. To the Bulls, Zach LaVine. He's a really underrated player. You know, when he came into the league, he was known for his dunking, but now he's becoming like an all-around player. And I think 86 is about right. Maybe he goes up to 87. And then we got Lowry, who is really improving, and he's really improving fast. So I say we could see him at 85 next year. He's a really good shooter. And yeah, so let's talk about Wendell Carter Jr. He's really underrated, really young, 19 years old this year. So he's going to be 20 next year. I say we could see him at like an 81. But he still has a lot of room to improve. Next up, we have the Cavs. Kevin Love, you know, he used to be a beast on the Timberwolves, if I could pull that up. Right here. So you see, right before he went to Cleveland, he was averaging 26 and 12, and then he even had seasons where he averaging 15. He used to be a monster, and now he's kind of plateauing, so I think 85 is about right for him. Next up, we have the Celtics, and we have Kyrie, who's now on the Hornets. Kyrie, I think 92 is about right. We really didn't see too much improvement from him, and then he flopped in the playoffs and really didn't perform. Al Horford, I think 86 is about right. Also for him, he's aging now, he's getting old, like he's like 33 now. And then Jason Tatum, I think we could see him at 84 as well, or 85. He really hasn't improved much since coming to the league. And then Gordon Hayward went down to an 80 after the injury, so I think we could see him going up to like an 83, 84. And Jaylen Brown maybe up to an 80. Next up is the Clippers. And Danilo Gallinari is one of those players that not everyone knows about. Like, he's really underrated. He's an 85 though. I think we could see him going up to 87 after he had a really good year. Now he's in the Thunder. Now we have Lou Williams and Harrell, who are both coming off the bench. And Lou Williams is already an 85 coming off the bench. I think 85 is about right for him. Harrell's an 84. And he's one of those players that not everyone knows about, but he's starting to make a name for himself. He's 24. Turning 25, so he's a lot of room to improve still, but he's already an 84, and I feel like that's about right for him. I would say higher, but I feel like they got that one right. And then really quick, I'll talk about Zubac, who's also really young, has a lot of potential, and he'll be playing center for the Clippers with Paul George and Kawhi. So I think he could go up to like an 80, 81. He's really young though. And then we go to the Grizzlies. with Mike Conley at an 87. I think we could see him go up to like an 88, but not too much improvement there. And Jaren Jackson Jr., we could see go up like 1 overall to 81. He didn't really go crazy in his rookie year. So now you have Trae Young, who's at 84. I feel like we could honestly see him go up to like an 87, because he did, or maybe like an 86, because he did really good. And I can see a big improvement there. John Collins, another player who's really young, who's been doing really good. I think we could see him go to like an 85, 86. I'll say 85. That's pretty much it for the Hawks. Heat, don't really have anyone to talk about, but I guess Hassan Whiteside. Let's just say he goes to, stays at 83. Anyone noticeable? Nah, the Heat really have no one, at least in this roster. Now we have Kemba, who's now in the Celtics, and I think Kemba could go up to 89. He has that potential to make it into the 90s, and I honestly feel like he will, but off rip, I think he's going to be 89, and then during the season, he'll go up to a 90. Next up, Jazz, Rudy Gobert. I think 89 is about right. Maybe he goes up to a 90. He really doesn't have too much of an offensive game yet, but if he gets that during the season and starts scoring more, he could definitely go up to a 90, 91 possibly. And then Donovan Mitchell, who's a player that I actually love, he's at 87 already. How long has he been in the league for? Yeah, 2 years. He's already 87. So I'm going to say he goes up to an 88 possibly. Next up, we have DeAaron Fox, who is another player that's really good, really young. I say he goes up to an 85, 86, couple of improvement points there. And then Buddy Hield, who's one of my favorite players. He's one of my top 5 favorite players. He's really young. He's at 83. I think he could go up to an 80. Let's say he starts at 84, but I really could see him going up to like an 86. He's a really good scorer. Marvin Bagley, let's say he goes up to an 84. And that's it for that. New York Knicks, don't really have anyone to talk about, but Dennis Smith Jr., let's say he goes up to a 79. Mitchell Robinson's really young, not too many people know about him. I could see him going up to a 80. He's really good. And then Lakers, we have LeBron, who had, I believe, his best, statistically speaking, his best season last year. He was like 28 points per game, 7 and 7, or 8 and 8 if you round up. So I'll say LeBron goes up to a 97. And then we have Kuzma. Let's say Kuzma goes up to 85. Brandon Ingram. And then we got the new Pelicans with Ingram and Ball. Let's say Ingram stays at 81. Ball goes up to a 79. Then we go to the Magic. Nikola Vucevic is a player that's really good and not talked about a lot. I think 88's about right for him. Aaron Gordon is 22, turning 23, and it feels like he's been in the league for so long. I don't know if that's just me, but let's say Aaron Gordon goes up to an 81. Next up, the Mavericks. Porzingis finally coming back, I'm pretty sure. So 88's probably about right. So let's say he keeps that. Luka is so good. He's 19, turning 20. I'm going to say, this is kind of bold, but I'm going to say he goes up to a 90. That's really bold, but I'm going to say he goes up to a 90. Next up, D'Angelo Russell, who's now on the Warriors. Had a really good year. I think he could go up to like an 88. Dinwiddie, if you guys don't know about Dinwiddie, he is really good. He's such a good shooter. And I say he goes up to 84. Jarrett Allen, also really good. The Nets have a lot of young talent. Jarrett Allen, say he goes up to 82. He's a really good shot blocker. Karis LeVert, say 81. Nuggets, Nikola Jokic is at a 92. I think we could see him go up to a 93. The Pacers, Oladipo, 87. He got hurt last year, and he was really improving like a lot the past 2 years, and he was on a good pace to do great things, but the injury kind of killed all that. So I guess coming into the year, he's gonna have to be like an 87 again, but he would have been higher if he didn't get hurt. Next up, Anthony Davis. I think we could see him at like a 95. Really good player. Drew Holiday, 86 is about right. Julius Randle, I think we could see him go to like an 87. He had a really good year. Pistons, we have Drummond. I think 87 is about right. Blake Griffin, I think we could see him improve because he had a pretty good year. 87 might be a little low for him, so 88, 89 for him. And then we have the Raptors. Kawhi Leonard's a 95 right now. I think we could see him go up to a 96. Yeah, 96 is about right. I was going to say like 97, but that might be too much. So 96 for Kawhi. Pascal, who will most improve. Let's say he goes up to an 86. And then Kyle Lowry, I think 84 is about right for him. And the Houston Rockets, James Harden, I think we could see James Harden go up to a 97. I don't think they'd give him a 98, but let's say 97. Chris Paul, 87's about right for him, to be honest. Clint Capella, he might get an improvement. Let's say 88. The Spurs, we have LaMarcus Aldridge, who is still getting it done. He's still playing really well. He's 32, turning 33. And so 88 is probably right. Let's say he goes down one to 87. Even though he's still playing good, he's just getting old. Let's say he goes down to 87. DeMar DeRozan, say he's, yeah, 87's about right for him. You know, if I ever see someone that I want to talk about, I will. And DeJounte Murray, I believe that's how you say his name. He is really good. He got hurt last season, but he is really good. He's a player to look out for in the future, and I think he could go up. He might start at like a 78, but I could see him going up to like an 81 next season, coming back from that injury and finally being able to play again. Devin Booker, I feel like Devin Booker has so much potential, but I feel like 88 is about right for him. DeAndre Ayton is really young, still has so much room to improve. So let's say he starts off at 85. Next up, we got the Thunder, Paul George, now on the Clippers. I'm going to say, yeah, 93 is about right. Westbrook, let's say he goes up to a 91. Steven Adams, let's say he goes up to 85. I can see him improving. And then we got Cat, I think 91's about right. D Rose, I think he's going to improve. So we'll see D Rose at 85, I'm going to say. Next up, we got the Trailblazers, Damian Lillard. A lot of people love Damian Lillard. He's a really humble guy. Let's say he goes up to a 93. And right now in the comments, if you still made it to this part of the video, let me know who you think is better, Damian Lillard or Kyrie. I'm going to say Damian, but I feel like that's a fair debate. CJ McCollum, I could see him going up to 87. He's pretty underrated and he's a really good scorer. And then Nurkic, 85 is about right because he did get hurt. Now we're on to the Warriors. Curry, let's say 90. He's probably gonna, like, I don't see them improving him, but I feel like he should be a 96. So I'm just gonna say 96. And you got KD, who is hurt, so he's probably gonna lose some points from returning from the injury. So let's say he goes down to a 93. But if he didn't get hurt, I think he'd go up to a 96. Then we got Clay, who's also hurt, so he's gonna come back and let's say he's an 87. Boogie, I think, is gonna go up to an 88, 89. Let's say 89. And then Draymond, who is just a really good team player. He's not really too good for like 2K, but he's really good actually in the game. So let's say he goes up to 84. Now this is the last team before the rookies, and John Wall, who also got hurt. And let's say I could see him going down. Let's say John Wall goes down to 87. Bradley Beal is really good. If you guys don't know about him, I mean, you probably know about him, but he had an amazing season. Like, if you don't know, look up some of his highlights, look up his numbers. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know he did really well. So I could see him going up to an 89. And that's it. So now I'm going to pull up the rookies, and we're starting off with Zion. I think Zion will come in as like an 82. And he has so much room to improve, you know. His projection is so high, like he could honestly be like a 97 one day in, like, you know, 5 years down the line, like Giannis did. Next up is Ja Morant, and Ja Morant is a really good player. I think he could come in as an 81. RJ Barrett, I'm gonna say 79. DeAndre Hunter, let's say 78. Darius Garland, 77. Jarrett Culver, I'm gonna say 76. Kobe White, I'm gonna say 77. Jackson Hayes, who's making a lot of noise in Summer League. A lot of people want to see him start on the Pelicans, but I just don't think they're going to do that. Let's say Jackson Hayes is a 77. Rui Hachimura, who is one of my favorite players in the class. I think he's going to be so good in the future. Let's say Rui starts at a 78, but trust me, he's going to improve a lot. And then we have Cam Reddish, who let's say is like, let's say 79 for Cam. He's a really good scorer. 2K might like him and his stats, so you may get a boost with the overall. So that's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, but also let me know in the comments what you guys think I got wrong. You know, if you think the Devin Booker call is wrong or whatever, James Harden, anything, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know your top 5 players coming to the season and what overall they're going to get. And like the video if you enjoyed. Make sure to sub up. And I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching.
I can't really rock. Teardrop on my homie face, he got a body. No DM, I'm her LCM on Instagram. My skin peanut butter color.